Nu kanske det funkar. Okay, so now it seems to work. First off, if you're gonna replace generator belts and you have dual ones, make sure they are the same length, both of them, because I did not, and that caused some extra work. Well, first off, getting the AC compressor out of the way, because the belt for that is blocking some of the other belts that I am replacing. This short belt, I think that requires you to remove the actual fan blades, but that will be for another day. So it was a mount at the top, and then the two that's the adjustable mount on the AC compressor, and then the two mounts at the bottom needed to be loosened for it to be possible to remove that belt. And then off to the other side here I had issues because the adjustment bolt is bent, so the nut would not go very far down, so I loosened the bolt itself, and that was replaced before assembly. This belt here was really easy to get undone. Then I had more issues with the other two belts, because it's a dual belt to the second generator, and they are like they are too short, because loosening that up, and then we spent a long time with the adjustment bolt that's far down there, you can't really see what you're doing, and loosening it up wasn't the problem, and then trying to get it as far in as possible. I tried to film a little from underneath, but it was too dark to see anything. But even if we had it like super adjusted almost all the way to that the adjustment bolt fell out, it would not be possible to remove the belts. That's why I think they are a little bit too short, and the new ones turned out to be the same length and equally short, so I gave up on that and resorted to simply unbolting the generator to be able to get the belts off. So here there is a washer on the left side here. Well, it didn't move at first, so I had to undo the brackets that hold it in place also, and then there is, as I said, a washer that you might want to keep track of. Here you can see it at the very bottom, it fell off to the side. It's only one washer on one of the sides, and with the belts off it's possible to get them around the fan blades with a little struggling. I also had to undo the electrical connection for the fan coupling. I forgot to record that, but I think I have it when I assemble it. Since it's a dual belt, it was two belts, and then putting the new ones back in place, it was the same struggle. Each blade you have to kind of line up the groove in the belt and slide it in. It wasn't that hard, but a little annoying. And once I had them in place, the bolt was removed, and both belts were put into place. And then as I started tightening things up, then I realized that one was a lot longer than the other. It wasn't even close. So, and these were purchased a long time ago, because the seller of this machine said that the belts were going bad, so I bought them very early but didn't get around to it, and this winter we had issues with it squealing a little on startup and low voltage, so we pulled them out. Here I think we're comparing the old ones. I missed a little video footage we compared, because that third belt, even if the markings are 1520 and then the other is 1515, all three of these seems to be very close to the same length, and we started comparing them, and it was more difference with the new belts, and one of the 1550 belts was very close to the 1525. Well, it didn't have the 1525 marking on it, just had a Komatsu number. So I ended up going back to the dealer, and we pulled out a whole bunch of belts he had and started pulling them and making sure we had two belts that felt like the same length, and they're still a little too short, so not even close to being able to force them into place without unbolting the generator. But here I have started putting things back together. I had removed this little bracket, protection bracket, also to have better access trying to get them off. And here is that coupling up at the top for the fan clutch, the fan speed. So it's a little plastic bracket there, a bolt down into the engine that I had to undo to be able to slide the belts out. And then it's back on with the AC belt. And it was hard to pull it up enough, so I resorted to a little crowbar and holding it in place as I tightened up the adjustment and then the mounting brackets. So one more belt to go for that second generator, and as I said, the adjustment bolt was crooked, but it's just a threaded rod that bolts into that cube, and I bought a piece of new threaded rod and could just thread that in place and then adjusting it back up and then locking it in place and tighten up mount for the upper generator. All done.